if I talk about the Uber breach, right? Three takeaways from there.
Yeah.
Weak second factor, no conditional or risk based authentication. Like you have access, you are there in for a while, for 10 hours, for 20 hours, for 7 days, sometimes even in a lot of situation, right? And then accounts have been given over permission. Yes, there are a lot of tools that are coming up to kind of identify those, but then we can discuss this further. But MFA fatigue, social engineering were the primary reason for the Uber breach, right? So, and then that's where we should learn that MFA is just not enough. There are so many ways hackers have already figured out through social engineering or through MFA fatigue, DDoS, credential stuffing, that these all can be breached and it's not that secure.
You're right in saying that. I think we still feel there are a lot of things that are left behind, because I was talking to one of the other speaker
Mm,
about a month back on my aim, where we were discussing on the pointer that you are saying, right? Where access is given and we don't know how long that access is. We don't have a review mechanism once the access
mm,
is.
mm.
Who's taking the access? How long is it necessary? What kind of an access is required? And there are cases where you find people moving up the ladder but still have the access,
Yes,
and they
absolutely.
still want to keep that access. I don't know on what basis they want to have that access, but if you have that access, we are not. I think one way we are vulnerable, and the
Mm.
other way we are saying is that review and mechanism that is not in place. That's what I think. Some of the places where we find a challenge, an
Yeah.
entry that they want.
Entry that they want, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, that is also one of the reason why identity should be the new parameter, because eventually we all should be focused on protecting that identity through a
Mhm.
layered defense model. Not saying identity should only be protected through identity tools, right?
Mhm.
So, but at the same time, I would like to conclude that it is not identity that you just focus on and improve. It should be a layered defense model where you have tools like WAF, you have device endpoint protections, you have identity protection, all working together in a layered defense model, eventually protecting the identity. Because once that is breached, I mean, the entry point is compromised. So, one thing that I would like to discuss here is when we talk about small, mid enterprise level, right? The first thing is they should not think that identity access management is a small kind of a project that because of compliance or because of security they should have it. It should first be a program, right? It should be looked holistically.